Hello everyone, and we are here to start Lesson 18. Lesson 18 is a continuation of Lesson 17. So it kind of helps you with the solution that the challenge I gave you in Lesson 17. So as usual, we have our comments at the top. We have our include statements, our header files, IO stream and string. And then we have using namespace std, function main starting. And here's our description again. We're making a menu system for a food truck. The program will display items for sale that a customer can select. When finished, the customer is redirected to a payment screen where they can pay for their purchase. If they pay enough, change is returned. If they do not pay enough, they are sent to another screen where they're prompted for additional payment. When you finish, the program creates a receipt or output file that can be printed off. Alright, so here are a declaration of our variables. We have an integer called choice, and it equals 0, a double called subtotal. We initialize it to 0 as well. Both of these are initialized because they keep a total. Then we have a quantity, an integer. Alright, so here's our while loop. And remember this from yesterday, and I said we had a problem because if I put it in a 9, then the quantity question would be asked because it was right after the CN, right? So then it would say, well, enter the quantity, even though 9 didn't have a quantity. So we were supposed to fix that. And then we were supposed to fix how to subtotal the different choices, like if they choose 3 apple pies, but they also want Diet Coke, how do I subtotal that? So here we go. Here's our loop again. We've already discussed how the loop works. And then what I did, I have a CN choice, and right after they put in the number, if they put in, I put an if statement. If their choice does not equal 9, then ask for the quantity. So by saying if choice does not equal 9, ask for the quantity. But if the choice does equal 9, we skip that. We don't ask for that, and we skip out of the loop altogether. Another thing that we did to solve that problem was, if you notice, this if statement was placed inside of this if statement. So as long as the choice is not 9, then this if statement, this request for quantity, and the if statement where the money is done, else this, and all the different choices and the price times the quantity added to the subtotal is completed. And then that is the end of the loop, right? So all that was placed inside the loop. That's how we address that. So I'll go a little slower just in case you're trying to type this. But I have an if statement after choice, and I say if choice does not equal 9, we're going to do this loop. That way we control what's going on, okay? So while choice does not equal 9, we do this. And if choice does not equal 9 here, then we'll get the quantity. All right, and then we go on down the rest of our loop. If choice equals 1, then we multiply 299 times the quantity and get a subtotal. Else, if choice is 2, we multiply the quantity, how many they want, times 399 and get a subtotal. Else, if their choice is 3, multiply how many by their price and get a subtotal, and so on, okay? Now, to-do list. I want you to add a tax and total. Okay, so now you need to add the tax and final total. Maybe I should put final. There we go, final total. Okay, get the payment from the customer. So you need to write programming that will do that. If it's enough, output their change. If they paid enough, more than they needed, output how much change, either 0 if they paid exact amount, or if they paid a little over, what is their change? If they didn't pay enough, then make the screen come back and ask for additional payment. If they didn't get enough the second try, maybe you should say, we need to call the cops or something like that. Just whatever you want. When finished, generate a receipt. output file, which is what the receipt is, where you could actually print it if you wanted. You don't have to, but if you wanted, you could actually print it. All right, so that's your challenge now for lesson 18. So please work on this. It does help you learn, and it does help you gain some confidence and skills. I'll talk to you again soon.